Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into Tom Curran's Patriots Talk Podcast. It's Thursday in New Orleans, Super Bowl 59 right around the corner, but we remain Patriot-centric. And in doing so, we bring in our great friend, Dianna Russini from The Athletic, for some shenanigans and football talk. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dianna Russini monkeying around over by the table.
Double N for double the fun.
Before we get into Dianna Russini from The Athletic and the Scoop City Pod, are you a little pungent today?
This week, I changed the podcast name. So we are set up facing the bathrooms. So it is now Poop City. And I've been keeping track of people using those the bathrooms. And I got to tell you, I don't think those wings are sitting well with a lot of people.
Really?
Because those bathrooms have. Is this how we're going to do the show?
This is how we're going to do the show.
Can we not get a third microphone?
Are you telling me Poop City has 3 microphones?
Poop City's got no microphones, actually.
Okay, see, we're a 2-mic operation for 3 humans.
Great spot here.
Can you actually stop saying
spot.
that and say all the
Great
things
job.
that you were saying before you sat down, that this is really kind of the most low-rent setup you've ever seen?
Yeah, it was really insulting.
This is hurting my brand, actually. I've worked so hard. Obviously,
you can't be down with the people?
I'm at the New York Times now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, capital J journalist over here.
Capital J, and now sitting here on some weak chairs while you hold a microphone like I'm a player.
Again, can I
Why
say
did you
this
look at
again?
my
She
chair and say it was a weak one?
walked down here
fine.
smelling her own pits. Yet we're the people who are bringing her a low-rent podcast.
That's what's so funny. I am so down. I connect more with this type of vibe anyways.
This
but
type
I
of
have
vibe.
to fake it a little bit. I gotta
so much slander.
I know. I realize this is terrible. Here's the thing. I follow the show so much. When I say show, it's you guys, really. Wherever you are, I will watch a clip of you. And I just have observed from afar over the years, the many years I've known both of you and supported your careers.
Made you what you are.
Really, truly.
Thank you.
All those call-ins I've done for you, or we've done couple interviews where you beg me, and I'm like, oh, fine, Tom, I will talk to you. I just think that you guys just do a great job. You get it, you know it. You have the best pulse on the team than anybody in Boston.
You like coming on Boston Media.
That sounded genuine, by the way, so thank you.
Yeah, that was nice.
That is, I think you guys are the best what you do. I don't like getting calls from the Patriots, so that's the reason why I avoid.
The Patriots call you after you make an observation.
Every time.
That's insane.
Stacey, stop calling me.
Stacey, stop calling her. I mean, she's a reporter. You can't.
Leave me alone.
You can't just cow people
The
into
Jets
not
don't even
saying
call.
things.
And I write terrible pieces about them.
Now, even or previously during the Mayo era or the Bill era or
Especially
every era.
The Bill era more than ever.
I think you got to say stop calling me directly to Stacey, because it's clearly not permeating if you're trying to go through us.
Maybe he just likes to talk to me.
He does like to talk to folks, and I like Stacey very much.
We all like Stacey. Do you think there's going to be a lot for him to call you about, because there's going to be a lot to criticize when it comes to this team moving forward? Do you like the direction they're headed in with Mike Vrabel?
So somebody asked me on a hope meter, the hope meter of 1 through 10,
Hopometer.
what was the number I'd give this year of my hope for them to have success. I said I'd give them a 7. I'd give them a 9 for the following year. I think it's just they have a lot to do, a lot of decisions to make. Yes, a lot of money to spend, but they have to construct this thing, and this is really just going to be the first year with all this whole group together. While I know it on paper, it looks really good. I love this coaching staff that's been put together. I've been all for the Josh McDaniel hire. I know a lot of people don't agree with it. I think it's smart with this young quarterback. But I just think it's going to take a minute. I don't think it's going to be an immediate year of success.
Describe your Drake May interview the other day, which we were happy to have. Thank God he's going to the national people first. And then he'll slice off 3 minutes for Phil last night.
We had a good time last night. Thanks, Drake.
Just remember that he came on Poop City first.
Poop City.
Oops. My bosses are going to fire
You
me.
need an actual theme song for that.
We got to come up
In
with
the logo.
Yeah.
Philly Buildings.
We can do it. Oh.
Philly Buildings, get her a Poop City logo.
And that's the interview. Thanks, Dianna.
Welcome to Louisiana.
It's really catch can here when it comes to that. But yeah, the Drake May interview,
Look
it
at
seemed
Phil
like it was a good time.
continues to grab
Trying to
the-
keep it back on the rails,
back
put
on
it
the
back
phone,
on the
right?
rails. Reel it back.
This is the truth with Drake. I was not expecting him to be so charming, because I see your interviews with him. on the field. And he's focused, he's locked in, he was a rookie. But I think he's confident. He feels good about where he's at, and he knows he's just going to get better. He had a great season. I wasn't ready for the accent. I had not heard that when I been watching his interviews over the year. I never thought it was that thick. You close your eyes, and he sounds like Eli Manning.
Also a very fast talker, sort of like you.
Yes.
So I would have thought that maybe like along those lines you guys would have got along. Listen, the number of insults you've hurled at us, that was not even an insult. Your brain is moving at such a rapid pace that your mouth is just trying to keep up.
I do not talk fast. I talk so fast, it's hard. I do need to slow down, so I apologize for those listening and watching right now. I will take it down one less coffee.
No, don't slow down. And by the way, have you noticed that with no microphone in her hands, she's able to really talk with her hands, and she was able to use this as a prop earlier. I think this has been going well just in terms of the setup. No microphone for Dianna.
I'm going to also point out that you were raised right, young lady. Look at the posture. Look at the knee cross.
I'm
proper
very proud of my
Southern
athletic accomplishments, right?
Yeah, you are, I know.
Four-sport All-State athlete.
Whoa.
Yeah, we've heard.
Right? I like
I
to
knew
tell
you were a
anyone
ridiculous
who will
soccer
listen,
player.
the theme song that my husband plays in our home is Glory Days, because he thinks that I peaked in high school and I can't let it go, which is the truth. Soccer, basketball, softball, track. Third base in softball, point guard in basketball, mile in track, and striker and midfield in soccer.
And soccer was your best sport, right?
No, that's what's interesting. Soccer was my worst sport, but I like that challenge of people thinking.
Did you
that
play it in college?
I played Division I. I was a walk-on, and my coach.
So what would you have preferred to play?
If I was going to play and have my father not pay for tuition, I would have ran track. I had a full ride basically anywhere I wanted to, but I chose soccer, which no one wanted me. So I walked on.
You idiot.
I know. You sound like my father. They were so mad about it. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't want to run track. I like the sport better. I like the team. My personality wasn't really fitting with softball at that level. Could have played Division I. And basketball, I knew I was too short. I knew I wasn't going to evolve into anything, but I was a good shooter. And, other reasons.
Be that as it may.
Correct. Soccer to me was more my style, more what I wanted to do. So I walked on, I made it, and my coach said the only reason why he kept me was he had recruited a bunch of girls from the South, and girls from the South play a really nice form of soccer, and he just needed somebody to punch some people in the face. Enter Dianna. So
A beautiful game.
Beautiful game. All finesse. Multiple red cards later, I got a full ride. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. So
I don't know how we got on that, but we
Rodney
started the
Harrison of
interview
soccer.
by Dianna talking about how nice she smells.
Have
Now we're
you seen
continuing on with
a
just
larger set
her
of pipes?
incredible athletic achievements.
Set of what?
Pipes.
Yeah, no, I don't think we need to talk
I
about
have
that.
always found him very attractive. I think you're a very good-looking person.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That was really nice of you. Back at you. Sorry. Is that what you're waiting for?
No.
Two of us
You
here.
looked at the camera like.
For a little attention.
There's two of us here.
Wasn't Kate here? She gave you all the attention.
Fair enough. Mike Vrabel can be an intimidating figure. How intimidated are other people in the organization by Mike Vrabel's presence and size? I'm busting your ass.
I caught it at the end there. Can I please just explain what happened? I had gone to dinner with a couple general managers, 2 nights in a row, and I just said, it's nuts that Bill and Mike Vrabel do not have a job.
Last year. This is last offseason.
Why do you think that they didn't get jobs? How could Bill Belichick not get a job? How could Mike Vrabel not get a job? And so let's say it was a dinner on a Tuesday and then a dinner on a Wednesday. The GM on the Tuesday said, Mike's a big guy. Have you ever been around him? I'm like, yeah, I've covered him for years. He's also big in terms of personality and energy in a room. And if you're not a really confident, strong person on the other side of that table, he can be very overwhelming. So then I said, oh, that's interesting. So then that next dinner I had, I brought up that idea. And that GM said, oh, it's 100%. He is intimidating. He's an intimidating dude. I've met him before. Have you ever seen his hands? So I reported that there's a thought of no, I think I said it on a podcast. There are some people that have thought this, and it went from that to Mike Vrabel's too big to get a job. Which then you want to talk about people calling your phone, and so he called me and said, "What are you doing? What are you talking about?" I said, "I never said that." So I saw him at the Senior Bowl. We
you were terrified.
We made up. No,
No,
he let it go.
Still big.
Still big. I think he's let it go now because he got a job. But I think the guys in that building, and I can speak on that from talking to guys in Tennessee, he works you hard, he fights for you hard, but he also loves you hard. So there's going to be a very family-oriented feeling in that building, yet driven by, we'll call it a teacher that's going to be very demanding.
It is interesting to hear how often he says, whether it be with Jim Wyatt, whether it be in statements that he made yesterday in revealing who the assistant coaches and full coaching staff is, it really sounds as if there is, and this is not a slight, even though it's going to sound like it, a cult-like loyalty he wants to foster within a team, that the team is everything. You want to be in service to the team at all times. And I think that that's really worth pointing out, just because he said it so many times. But when you do look around the league, in this age, guys are less selfless than they were before, because they understand that you start in college, you can get NIL, and if you don't like it, you can get the transfer portal and go someplace else. So trying to instill that kind of loyalty to a team that I think Mike is doing is interesting.
Well, he's gonna live by that, right? He's gonna hold himself to that standard and hope that they follow. And I think that's probably the process that he's going through now in the building, of learning the guys that don't know him that well. While also obviously tons of guys on this staff come from Tennessee. They know how he runs, which is smart, right? Because he's basically helping implement what he wants to do, doing it his way. But something I've always said about covering him all these years is he's very decisive. He knows exactly what he wants. He knows how he wants it to be. And you'd be surprised how many head coaches don't actually have that philosophy. So the fact that I think New England at least is going to have a clear direction at all times. We may not always agree with it all. Like we're going to question things this year. I will bet my money on that.
Oh, no doubt.
But he will always have a good reason why he does.
Because it's not an easy fix. There's going to be a lot of missteps.
I keep saying it's so much work, and I'm not trying to be dramatic. I just do think there's a lot of turnaround for this. I know you guys know I was reporting that it's the most coveted job during the coaching cycle. I had so many guys saying, like, that's the gig I want because of Drake May, because they've got so much money to spend, because they've got good ownership. But it doesn't mean it's an easy job.
Covering the league the way you do, talking about building the team up the way it needs to be built up, do you think some of these big-name free agents are even going to get to free agency, Dianna? Talking about T. Higgins, maybe Ronnie Stanley with the Ravens. These are the names that Patriots fans are looking at right now and saying, look at all this money we have. Let's go buy that guy, and let's buy that guy. And now we've got all of our major needs sewed up, and we're going to be good to go. Do you even think they're going to have the opportunity to get guys like that?
Well, why don't you just go look at Mike Vrabel's former team and see what they did in the offseason? They spent all their money. How did they do? Right? Like, right. It's all about not just building for the season, it's building for the next few years. So throwing a boatload of money at a T. Higgins, to me, doesn't make a lot of sense. Do I think they're going to probably go after a couple of these guys? But I'm going to guess that they're going to focus more on building block players, not bringing in guys for automatic wins for this next upcoming season. This is for the future with a really clear plan for what they want to do. And why not take some of this money and find creative ways to maybe bring on guys that know the way Vrabel does it? Because that's what I was thinking, as much as, because I've been looking at his coaching staff going, well, all right, from the leadership standpoint, he's bringing familiarity. I'm interested to see if he's going to do that with some of the roster here to help as he's trying to bring a culture there.
It was brought up, I was talking to Sam Monson and Steve Palazzolo about the fact that a lot of guys don't hit free agency now because the cap is so high, the teams are able to retain guys with top-of-market contracts that are going to be obsolete within 2 years. And they pointed out guys like Jack Conklin, a guy who might be a cap casualty, get to Cleveland before he becomes a cap casualty and make a deal for him, for instance. Or those kinds of things are really interesting to look at. What's hard is, I agree with you, you're still in the friggin' reboot stage, but when you suck and go 4-13 in reaching rock bottom, and then you spend a year again at 4-13 in not improving from rock bottom, people are going to say, well, we can't have another year where we're just kind of looking under the hood and trying to figure out what's wrong. You got to start bringing in parts to repair the friggin' machine.
Yeah, but believe in that the parts that are going in the machine are going to be the best parts for that car, right? They're not just being taped together by little things just to get the car running.
Oh, we have this really expensive part here, but it doesn't go with the rest of the car. No, but we have to have it because people say we have to do this.
Correct. So I do think with Vrabel having the second opportunity as a head coach, his vision and view of it, and even his time spending in Cleveland, that he spent in Cleveland, I think he learned a lot about that roster building. My colleague at The Athletic, Zach Rosenblatt, spent, I think, almost a year following him around and learning about how he thinks. And one of the things Zach shared with me, he said, my biggest takeaway from being around him so much, on top of all the leadership skills and the natural ability, is just his overall intelligence, not just football intelligence. And I can tell you the best coaches I've been around, they're smart football people, but they're even smart about the world and everything that's going on around it. And I just think that's just another great reason why he's going to have a plan, because you're working with high power brain here who knows what he's doing.
Mumbo jumbo?
Let's do mumbo jumbo. It's actually not mumbo jumbo. This is jumbo gumbo. The jumbo gumbo portion of the program. Yes, she turned the pot into a toilet earlier in the show.
She gets 2 questions.
The first time, literally, I think we could say it's the first time that ever happened. What you're going to do is you're going to reach in for the ladle. You're going to scoop out a football. It's a good aggressive stir. Like it. You're going to pull out one football with a number. And Tom's actually not even going to read that question. He's going to read one of the others that's been highlighted. What number is it?
32, my age.
32.
Perfect.
O.J. Simpson. Am I listening to am I not doing 32?
No, you can do 32 if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some good ones in there.
Oh, I don't like this one.
So look at one of the ones that's, I don't know, maybe that one? Maybe one of the other.
All right.
No, this is a good one right here. She'd have a good answer on this one. Jumbo Gumbo question of the day for you. One unsolved mystery that you want to know the truth about. What is it?
Why Bill Belichick went to college?
Fair.
Why Luka was traded? Why was Luka traded?
Feels like there was a heavy thing there.
Something going on.
I don't know.
I think they're fat shaming.
This is a still camera, right? Sorry. I'm new to the media.
Oh, this is a good one.
Wait, we're doing more than one with her? She's
Yeah,
got
I
to go.
said that
She's
at
been
the
here for about a
outset.
half an hour. She's got Poop City to take care of.
Oh my God, I gotta go.
She's got to go.
City.
Oh, I'll do one more.
Your hidden talent.
One more. She's reaching right in. It's disgusting.
No, ladle.
25. It's my
25.
family. It's my family's lucky number.
25 is your
Why
hidden
does your
talent.
family? Why does your family have a lucky number?
Your hidden
That's a weird
talent.
thing.
Your hidden
Oh,
talent.
your hidden talent is what?
Roulette.
Roulette?
I'm fantastic at the roulette table.
Oh.
Fantastic. So
Is
you want
red
to
and
hear a
black or
great
is it
story?
inside
Want to hear a
number?
great story? All of it.
Ready? 1, 2,
So
3.
I'm in Tahoe, and
In where, Tahoe?
yeah, Lake Tahoe.
I'm dying to go there.
Right, so I'm at the Travelers. No, Championship, Century, Championship Century.
The
Century
thing,
Championship,
yeah, the Century where they do
one of those things.
Edgewood.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
I'm dying to go to that.
It's, you should go. So I snuck my way into the VIP casino, where all the guys that are playing, all the celebrities are gambling, and I'm at the roulette table and I'm getting smoked. And smoked, my version of smoked is like down $500. Travis Kelce's there. He's throwing like $1 gazillion on the table. He's winning. So I'm like, all right, I got to go home. I'm losing all my money. Patrick Mahomes walks by me. He's like, what's up? I'm like, hey. He's like, you good? I'm like, no, I'm getting just losing a lot, like just being grumpy. He's like, well, maybe it's just you didn't play 15. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I was like, I'm going to put my last $25 chip on 15. Boom.
Bam.
Hits.
Stop it.
He walks away and just goes, yep, all I do is win.
Wow.
Every time I see him, he says, every time I see him, he's like, I'm like, yep, I know.
All right, on that note,
cool, right?
you go to Poop City. We
Great
appreciate
job.
you. You are
Thank you,
Dianna
Dianna.
Russini. You are a legend.
I
Legend.
don't know if I want to come back on the show, but we'll think about it.
Might have been the best interview of the week right there. Might have been. Tomorrow we'll have Kyle Van Noy, former Patriot, current Baltimore Raven. Had a tremendous season in 2024. Was a Pro Bowler. So we're going to catch up with him. Another quick Slants alum.